Hello there guys and welcome to class.
And where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along.
Teacher Krishna here. We are working on the TOEFL conversation subject and this is class number 3. Here you have our title and ending mind for today. Type of question number 1, 2 options. And our ending mind is the following. Describe the general characteristics from the first type of question from the TOEFL speaking section. Alright, and here you have the activities that we are going to do today. Please watch the YouTube video shared by the teacher and create a graphic organizer with the most relevant information from it. Remember that while you are watching the video, you have to take notes in your digital notebook and then you have to upload it to the Educativa platform. Okay, and prepare yourself for the road of international standards today. Let's just get into it. And here you have question number 1. The name of question number 1 is pair choice. The first thing that I can tell you about it is that it is an independent task, which means that you are not going to be exposed to other materials such as listening or reading, for example, in order to give your response. You are only going to use the knowledge you already have in order to answer this type of questions. I can also say that you will be presented with 2 possible actions, situations, or options. Then you have to, you will be asked to which of the 2 options is more justified or preferable. Which of the 2 options you consider is better. Lastly, and after you have chosen the option you consider the best, you will be given around 15 seconds to prepare your answer and 45 seconds to give your response. As we have studied in previous lessons, it is very important that we can actually fulfill all of the time that we have for our response, because that is going to let our evaluators know that we have good knowledge and great speaking skill to communicate our ideas in general. Okay? So it's very important to take that into consideration. Here you have a little bit more information about what topics we can include in this type of questions. The topics will be related to the student's interests. So you don't really have to study academic topics, you don't have to read a lot of content in order to be able to answer this type of questions, because they are going to be related to some of the topics that you might have heard of, and they are going to require your opinion. So they are going to evaluate how well you can formulate and sequence your ideas while answering one question. Here you have some of the examples of the questions that you might find in the evaluation. Do you consider TVs to have brought any benefits to humanity? What do you consider to be better, online or presential education? What do you consider to be the more important subject, math or art? Let's continue and let me give you some tips that you can use in order to give a better answer when responding to these questions. First of all, start by directly stating your answer to the question. Here we have an example. Do you consider TVs to have brought any benefit to humanity? You can say, I believe TVs have brought many benefits to humanity around the globe because, and you continue expanding your answer. Something very common that I have seen in students is that they say something like this. After they hear the question, do you consider TVs to have brought any benefit to humanity? And when they start responding, they say, well, the question is asking us, do you consider TVs to have brought any benefit to humanity? So I think that they have brought a lot of benefits to humanity around the globe because that's something we need to avoid. We don't have to repeat the question or rephrase it in a different way. We have to say, yes, I consider it has brought many benefits to humanity, or no, I consider it hasn't brought any benefits to humanity. But yes, it's directly state the answer to the question. Don't, add up much more phrases before stating your answer. That will be the first tip. Let's go with the second one. When preparing your answer, start with the clear claim as your response, and then add details to support it. Remember that, as I told you before, you are going to have 15 seconds to prepare your answer. So it is very important that you can start with the clear answer to the question and then add much more information to it. For example, in this case, our question is, do you consider TVs to have brought any benefit to humanity? The answer is yes. Now, the question is why? Why do I think that they have brought a lot of benefits to humanity? Because they have provided people with much more information. It has helped them to prevent, probably some problematics that were happening in some other countries that might be able to migrate from one to another. It has also provided people with entertainment and education for children. Since you have only 15 seconds, you don't really have to extend yourself and explain each one of the ideas, because they are not evaluating writing at the moment. They are only evaluating speaking. So just write down words or phrases that are going to help you to remember what you are going to say in your response. So when you go over it and you start actually answering the question, you're going to have the sequence of ideas right there. That's why it is very important to have, a piece of paper or somewhere to write. Okay, let's continue with the tips. And what else do we have? So study phrases and expressions commonly used to express your opinion. In order to do that, you can use phrases like in my opinion, I believe, in fact, etc. And of course, you can look for some more phrases to explain your ideas in a moment. So go ahead and do that. And also remember, there is no wrong answer. If they are asking you, hey, do you think TVs have brought benefits to humanity? If you say yes, it's okay. If you say no, it's okay. Because at the end, they are not evaluating how much you know about the topic, but how well you can structurize your opinion. Take that into consideration and don't be afraid of saying yes or no regarding any question. Okay, let's continue. And I know it might seem a little difficult at first, but don't worry, we'll improve with time. Alright, so I'm going to give you a small example on how to answer this kind of questions. In order to do that, I'm going to set my chronometer right over here. I'm going to present the question that is right there, and then I will do my best to respond, okay? So the question says, some people enjoy taking risks and trying new things. Others are not adventurous, they are cautious and prefer to avoid danger. Which behavior do you think is better? Explain why. Let me set my 15-second chronometer. Okay. Now I'm going to state my answer. 1, 2, and 3. Well, I consider that it's way better to take risks and try out new things in life. Especially because we only live once, and the time we have in this planet is super short. So if we only stay in our comfortable zone, as most people do, because as the name says, right, is where we feel the most comfortable, we are only going to experiment little things from what life can actually offer. On the other hand, if we are courageous enough to go out of our comfortable zone and we constantly seek for different stimulus and new things that actually might not be as pleasant as others, but they are different, we are going to be able to live more. Therefore, our spirit, our body, our mind, and everything in general is going to, help us out to experiment new things and actually live life. Oh, I'm sorry, I took a little bit longer. There should be 45 seconds. Okay? But you got the idea, right? That's basically what you have to do. 15 seconds, you prepare your answer. Then you have 45 seconds to deliver it. Okay? So, now it's your turn to practice. And please set a timer in your phone. This is going to be something that you have to do before our live session. So take time, try it out. If you do not succeed at making it at first, then try it out again, and then we're going to help each other out during the live session. So you have 3 questions there. Please go ahead and try them out. 15 seconds to prepare your answer for each one of them. and 45 seconds to give your response. And that'll be about it. I'll see you in class. Goodbye, guys. Take care.
Bye. Have a great time.